I thought he did quite well.
OK, thanks for the moment. Well, this is the manager's press conference, so without further ado, let's head to United's training ground to bring you to Alex Ferguson's thoughts and the latest team news ahead of tomorrow's game.
We have a few injury situations at the moment. We're trying to resolve. Carrick, Berbatov, Ronaldo, Ferdinand are all doubts. And Rooney and whoever is suspended, of course. So we have a job to do in terms of, first of all, make sure we have a fit team to go on the pitch. And that's why you need these squads. But other than that, it'll be a fantastic game tomorrow. I think that you see the improvement in Tottenham. I watched them Monday night. I thought they were in complete control of the game. They've done exceptionally well since Harry's gone there. And his management style, just common sense. You heard his comment about making the training ground a happy place and bring the confidence back to the players on the training ground. Transmits itself to performance on Saturday, I believe. And most of it's just common sense, and that's the experience of Harry's brought to the team.
Is it a case of just with those 4 players you talked about, looking at them this morning and making up your mind?
We'll have to establish how fit they are. The case of Ronaldo, it's very tender. The hip joint, as we know, it can be very painful. Rio Dunny got a back spasm in his back on Wednesday night, which is a concern. He limped out the last 10 minutes. Berbatov's having the problem with his Achilles at the moment, and Michael Carrick's got a thigh problem. I think Michael Carrick's got the best chance of the 3 to make it.
Has that been an encouraging thing over the last couple of weeks, so that you've seen the strength of your squad? You look at the Blackburn game.
Yeah, of course. I think it is a strong squad. Evans will replace Ferdinand, if Rio does make it, and I'm very comfortable with that. The boy is massive improvement as a young player, 20 years of age, for a centre-half, to show the reading of the game he does, and the temperament is outstanding. With Cristiano, that obviously if Berbatov's not fit, I had the option of playing Cristiano through the middle. And then that is a big option, but it depends on the fitness of the two of them.
Are you surprised that it's taken Harry so long in his career to get what would be regarded as a big club?
Yeah, but I think he had a chance to go to Tottenham at another time, I think, and he chose to let it pass. I can't remember exactly what I read about that. I think it was another situation where he could have gone there. But he was at West Ham for a long time, innit? I mean, West Ham are a big club in a way, in a sense. Maybe not the total history of Tottenham, but nonetheless, big club in the London area. And he had a good spell there. He could have gone to Newcastle last year, but I think that the fact he's from the south coast and he's comfortable where he lives, and I think that Tottenham is far more amenable to him than Newcastle. And being a Londoner himself, that he would feel more comfortable, be more in touch with the Tottenhams rather than Newcastle's.
You said it'll be a fantastic game. Is that because of the traditions and obviously the games we've seen there in the past?
Yeah, but the games at White Hart Lane they're usually quite a few goals, The goal scoring records at White Hart Lane are far better than they are at Old Trafford.
Going to Japan, are you slightly concerned that sort of fixture congestion might be an issue when you come back?
Of course, it's an issue. It's something we can't do anything about. But we've got a game penciled in for 14th of January against Wigan, if there's no replays for either team, and then one in the middle of February for the Fulham game, depending on their fixture, or progress in the FA Cup, and possible replays there too. But there's nothing we can do about it until the turn of the year, where we're hopefully that we'll be able to see some light in sense of how our game with Southampton goes, for instance. That is a key to it for us, and that would free up one day anyway.
Some thought you might be rewarding Edwin with a new contract. Is there any movement on that whatsoever?
Yeah, they've agreed a new one-year contract for Edwin, and so I mean his experience and his temperament and his professionalism and performance level has not changed one bit. Obviously, it'll be his last year. It'll be going on 40 by the time it's finished, which is a great credit to the lad. He's been absolutely marvellous here. And what he's done really well for us over the last year in particular, and this year too, is his development of the young goalkeepers. Eric Steele, our goalkeeping coach, of course, has played a great part in bringing the situation to a competition. You know, that we're using Ben Foster and we're using Thomas Kuszlik quite a bit now, as much as we can, and it allows us to freshen up Edwin for the other real important games. And Edwin has bought into it very well. He understands exactly the reasoning, and he's playing a great part in making sure that the big picture's there for us in terms of the future for Ben or Thomas.
In a perfect world, do you keep that arrangement next season? Because people will say, well, is that stopping?
Well, I think next season, in fairness to Ben and Thomas, we've got to make it more competitive. It will be who's the best man for the job next year, really.
So Alex, there's been a lot of written in the last 24, 36 hours about Wayne Rooney, and a lot
I've
said.
nothing to do with Wayne Rooney. I'm not going to discuss it. I think you press guys have created most of it, and you're not getting anything from this club at all in Wayne Rooney.